bills have arrived to increase Social Security benefits and fix problems across the board. Take a look at the latest coming out. Gallego and Graves introduce a bipartisan bill to protect seniors from unfair Social Security clawbacks, as they're saying it is unfair what is happening with the Social Security Administration, demanding that those receiving these benefits pay it back. And there's more fixes and video footage in this as well you are not going to want to miss. So if you're somebody that collects SSI, SSDI, retirement, any of these fixed income benefits from the Social Security Administration, you're going to want to see this video. As take a look, here is the actual bill that was presented, and it is only 2 pages long, getting right to the point. Let's help out those on Social Security. And take a look at this. In the latest sign of momentum, 8 bank executives endorsed Brown's bipartisan push to fix the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI, as they're saying. It is time to fix these programs, increase the caps, so that way people can collect more money on this and not be penalized for those depending on these benefits that have paid into it their entire lives. And now that it's time for them to pull it, it needs to be there to help them out. Now, in addition to that, just yesterday, I shared with you the latest news that there is some big changes coming to Social Security in 2024. They have been confirmed. Stick around to the end of the video for some more updates on that as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into the video footage and articles to get you caught up on the latest. But before we do me a quick favor, smash the like button. Just takes a second if you appreciate the updates. And if you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so we're going to be taking a look at SSI and increases to the caps so that way people can receive more money in just a second. But first, take a look at this coming out. Gallego and Graves introduce a bipartisan bill to protect seniors from unfair Social Security clawbacks. It says that Graves introduced a bipartisan piece of legislation to limit the Social Security Administration's overpayment look-back period to 10 years. So they're saying it is unfair for them to demand money paid back that was their fault over 10 years. And that is why we're seeing some people owing thousands, tens of thousands, in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars. Protecting Arizonans and all Americans for Social Security recipients from the undue burden of having to pay back life-saving funds that may arise from errors on the part of the Social Security Administration. Arizona seniors should not be on the hook for decade-long failures of the Social Security Administration, said Representative Gallego. That's why I'm introducing this common-sense bipartisan legislation to protect our seniors from unfair clawbacks to their much-needed Social Security payments. Social Security is supposed to be a safety net, not a trap. Beneficiaries shouldn't have to shoulder the financial burden of the federal government's errors and insufficiencies. This legislation protects our seniors from unfair and unexpected clawbacks of Social Security payments and holds the bureaucracy accountable for their mistakes. Currently, an indefinite look-back period allows the Social Security Administration to collect funds from recipients from overpayment errors going back decades, resulting in collection notices totaling tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. This legislation would limit that period to 10 years for Social Security disability insurance, and SSI recipients as well. The look-back period limit would not apply to those who committed fraud or other crimes. And here is the actual piece of legislation. I'll have this linked in the description below for you, and it simply says, to be enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives in the United States Congress and Assembly, and this would limit the amount of time that they're able to look back by 10 years, 2 pages long. Now, in addition to that, one of the major reasons we're hearing that there are issues with clawbacks are the income caps that they want to increase for SSI. Now, take a look. This just coming out, and we're going to be taking a look at some video footage here in just a second that just came out yesterday. But the current caps right now are $2,000 for those collecting SSI and $3,000 for married couples. This has been the same since 1984. They want to increase those limits to $10,000 for individuals and $20,000 for married couples filing jointly, so that way we can have increased income coming in and not be penalized and not be able to receive SSI as a result of these caps that literally have not been changed since 1984. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the video footage so that way you can see it for yourself. And they're saying that this increase would help out so many collecting SSI benefits.
And everything we do here should come back to the dignity of work, the idea that hard work should pay off for everyone, no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter what kind of work you do. When work has dignity, people have good jobs with a secure retirement. They can count on Medicare. They can count on Social Security to be there for them. It's why we, 2 years ago, saved the pension of 100,000 Ohioans who worked their whole lives to earn a pension and the peace of mind in retirement. It's why we're still fighting for Delphi retirees who lost their pensions through no fault of their own. It's why we will always fight back against attacks on Social Security. Making sure that all Americans have secure retirement shouldn't be a partisan issue. Social Security and Medicare are two of the most popular and unifying institutions in the country. Social Security is our government's promise to working men and women, a promise that they will in fact be able to retire with dignity. Support for Social Security cuts across party lines, geographic lines, racial lines. Americans want not only to protect Social Security and Medicare, they want to make it stronger. Martin O'Malley, whom we confirmed last night, understands this. The commissioner, he'll make sure that Social Security Administration is accessible and responsive. He'll ensure we're keeping this bedrock promise to the American people. We need to do our part, Mr. President, in this body too. It means passing my Social Security Fairness Act to repeal restrictions from two old laws that are preventing more than 3 million Americans, about 250,000 people in my state alone, including Ohio law enforcement, from receiving the Social Security benefits they earn. Ohio first responders put their lives on the line to protect our communities. They paid into Social Security just like everyone else. All these Ohio workers are asking for is what they've earned. That is the dignity of a secure retirement. We need to pass my bill to reform the supplemental security income, so-called SSIs, programs, outdated restrictions that punish people for working and saving, prevent 8 million Americans with disabilities from building a better life for themselves. Hasn't changed in 40 years. We should update it. These Americans have even $1, if they have even $1 more than $2,000 in their savings account, or $3,000 for married couples, all their, not very high, frankly, all their SSI benefits are taken away. With these outdated rules, there's no way to save for an emergency or plan for the future, or in essence have agency over your own life. There's broad support for this. It's not partisan. It's not ideological. When I asked the CEOs, the committee I chair, the Banking and Housing Committee, I asked the CEOs of the 8 largest banks if they supported this change. Every single one of them said yes. Every single one endorsed my bill. The big banks and I don't agree on much of anything, but we do agree on this. By passing our bipartisan bill to update this outdated program, we also can fix the root cause of the SSI overpayments and clawbacks that have been hitting too many Ohioans. This has gone on for far too long, hurt too many Ohioans who, again, through no fault of their own, have been forced to deal with the issue of overpayments because of SSA's outdated policies. Ohioans shouldn't be paying for the government's mistakes. Martin O'Malley, our new commissioner, made clear to me in a one-on-one meeting that he's committed to working with us to finally address the root cause of these overpayments. And by increasing the asset limit, we're addressing what SSA calls the leading cause of overpayments, stopping them before they ever go out in the first place. These bills are bipartisan. They provide real fixes to real problems for hardworking Ohioans, people who don't have special interests speaking out on their behalf. They have us. It's what we should be who's speaking out for them. For years, they watched politicians give corporate tax cuts. They've watched Wall Street bailouts, all in many cases in this body, while plotting to cut their Social Security. In the end, Mr. President, it's about whose side you're on. I'll always fight to protect Social Security and to make sure that Americans get the retirement that they've earned.
So there you have it. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Should these be enacted? Increasing these caps so that way we don't have issues with overpayments, and also making it so that way the Social Security Administration can't reach back further than 10 years and then asking recipients to pay back things that were the administration's fault and to the sums of tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, in addition to that, a lot of people are asking for increases across the board to distribution payments, and a lot of people are saying whatever happened to Biden's promise of an additional $200 per month to Social Security recipients. Well, we're hearing that a lot of changes are going to be on the way in 2024. And to get the latest on that, be sure to check out this video right here, as I just covered in detail for you yesterday. Get caught up on the latest right here next. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. That is the latest. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.